Hey guys, welcome back to HyperTora. I've come back from my trip abroad volunteering with the Scouts in America for the World Scout Jamboree. And now I'm back. I've actually got two boxes that were waiting for me because obviously one sped up while the other one was slightly more delayed, which is great. So I've got my August and September box here and I'm hoping I've got them the right way around. This particular video is going to be for the August box because I don't want to create one really long video if you're just looking for September. So we're going to open that one up first. And then you should be able to look at my channel. If the September box isn't up yet, it will be in a very short period of time. But for this box, we're just going to focus on the August Tokyo treat, which I'm hoping I've picked the right box out based on when it was shipped. Okay, so let's open this one up and see what we have inside. Cool, so that looks pretty cool. The theme is Slice of Summer and it's volume 44 for August 2019. So it looks like I've got the right box there. It does look very sort of vegetable-y with a bit of fruit in there. So it'd be interesting to see what that slice of summer is like. And as I usually do, I will open this up on our snack menu because my Japanese is absolutely terrible for reading as well as just be able to pronounce general things that are written in English. But let's start with the top of the box like we usually do. So we have some snacks which look like they're wasabi flavoured based on the image on the front there. This is from our classic box and this is Calbee wasabi potato chips. So we usually get a mixture of sweet and savoury things in these boxes. Usually it's a bit heavier on the savoury than the sweet, or at least the gummy sweet. But it's a reasonably nice balance. I know they do occasional sort of questionnaires with people who get the box to see what people think about the balance, what they want more of, what they want less of. So I think they're also planning on switching some of the big share packs out into lots of smaller snacks, which would be interesting to see. I don't think that affects this box. It might be the September box that I've got over there, or it might be the box afterwards, but some of those changes come in. But yeah, we got our wasabi potato chips. I think we've had similar things before. I'm not a massive fan of wasabi. I like things that are really spicy, though wasabi is a different kind of spicy heat, which does get me unlike chilies, so that'd be an interesting eat. Next up, we've got another savoury snack. At least it looks like it's a savoury snack. This is Texas corn salty. So something to do with Texas, I imagine. It's salty corn puffs. So I don't think there's massive amounts of special things about that. It says something about a lucky cone on the back, so maybe the packaging here, or maybe you can actually get some stuff in there which is considered lucky. Next up we have, I'm hoping this is sweet, or this might actually be our DIY. So this is our, it's our DIY candy. It's the Chorus Fruit Shop Soft Candy DIY. So this looks like it's a pretty simple DIY. From what I can gather, we've got loads of different pretty gummies in here, or like not gummy but chewies, which you can mould into shapes and possibly also mix together to get different colours and flavours. It's one of the things that amazes me about Japanese candy is you can get two different flavoured candies which mix together to create an entirely different flavour. That's something you don't tend to get too much in the UK where I'm from, so that's pretty cool. Next up we have one of our share or party packs. This is our from the classic box as well. All these so far have been from the classic box. This is a crab biscuit 4-pack. So they look like they're shaped like various sea animals, and they're just generally biscuits. I don't know whether it looks like it says no milk, no egg, I'm hoping. Don't take my word on that, that's just what I can see on the packaging. If you are allergic to those things, I'd get that translated, because that could mean don't eat it if you're allergic to those things, or it could mean it doesn't contain those things. I'm not sure which. So please don't take my word on that. But that'll be interesting to eat. I think they might just be kind of plain biscuits. Next up, we've got another item from the classic box. It looks like a grape ramune, which is pretty cool. I love grape flavoured things, and these little powdered candies come quite often in our different snack boxes. So they're a bit of a staple, I think, for these boxes now. Next up, we have, I think this is also from our classic box, it's strawberry soft serve, which is pretty cool. So this is like an ice cream cone, but I believe it's actually strawberry marshmallow. that's in there. We can sort of see through that packaging. I'm quite looking forward to that because I like have a bit of a sweet tooth, and that's quite nice. Next up, probably some of my favourite items when we get them in the boxes. These are some fruit gummies. These are from the premium box. I absolutely love fruit gummies, and it looks like we've got a variety of flavours there, from strawberry to grape and apple, which would be pretty cool. I have a feeling they'll be one of my favourite items in this box. Next up from our premium box is some caramel corn ramune flavoured. So we get caramel corns occasionally in different flavours. I can't actually remember if we've had ramune flavoured before, so that'd be interesting to try out. They'll probably be quite light with a kind of fizzy, soury, maybe possibly even sour if they're meant to be fizzy flavour to them. So that'd be something interesting to try out. Next up, we've got, I think this is from our classic box, if I can actually see it on the packaging. I can't actually see where this is meant to be from. Oh, this might just, yeah, it looks a little bit different on the leaflet. So this is ramune powder candy. So it's another set of powder candy like this one, presumably in different flavour. I mean, this one's shaped like a grape, so I don't know if that means it's also grape, because it says it comes in either strawberry, green grape, or purple grape. So I'm not sure if each of those are in there. Hopefully they are, because we already have this grape as well. Otherwise they'd be pretty much similar. Next up, we've got some more gummies, which I absolutely love. Having gummies in these boxes. Gummies are my favourite things. So this is from the classic box, and these are Mandarin orange gummies. So they're going to be pretty fun to try out. We've also got our Amiibo, which comes in pretty much every box now with different flavouring. So this one's lemon flavoured. So I suppose that meets the kind of summer theme of this month's box. We also have, this looks like possibly chewing gum in a Pokemon packaging. So I think this is in the premium box. It's Pokemon Sun and Moon gum. Grape flavoured. I absolutely love grape flavouring, so that's going to be pretty funky. I'll probably open it up on camera, but I doubt I'll eat that on camera, because chewing gum's pretty not a nice thing to eat on camera, because I can't actually swallow it. Next up, we have another thing from our premium box, which is our drink, and this is a Pepsi Refresh Shot. I think I had something similar to this when I was in Japan. When it says shot, yeah, this contains double the caffeine of a normal Pepsi and has a sweeter taste. So if you're sensitive to caffeine, this probably isn't for you. I think I had something similar to this my second time in Japan out of a vending machine. I can't quite remember what it was like, but it's certainly interesting packaging. And then our last item in the box is some Kit Kats, which they seem to be putting more of these in lately in different flavours, which is pretty cool. And it's really nice that they're coming in a bigger pack, because it means that we've got multiple little Kit Kats to actually try out, so you don't have to eat them all at once. It's this salt and lemon Kit Kat. No, I think that's a flavour I don't think I've had before. I think I've had lemon, but not lemon and salt, so that'll be something entirely different to try out. And that's everything in this box. As far as I can see, we're not missing anything, which is always useful to check out the leaflet, see if you're missing anything, or if they've substituted stuff, which you hope isn't the case. So let's actually try some of these things out. I want to start with the Pepsi, as I normally do with the drinks, and see what this one's like. The can's actually a lot more solid than what I'm used to. It is a slightly sweeter Pepsi. I wouldn't say I can taste more caffeine. I suppose that'd be something that you'd sort of work out its effects if it keeps you awake. I'm generally not too sensitive to caffeine personally, at least not in soft drinks. So I'm not sure whether I'll notice that too much. Next up to try, we've got our Kit Kats in salt and lemon flavour. So we got a nice amount in there, which is pretty funky. Always makes me think of the sea when they seaside when they put salt in these. It smells nice and strong with lemon. I imagine the salt's there to sort of bring down the sourness. It's quite nice and refreshing. I think the salt kind of, you can just about taste it. Takes away the edge of the lemon. And what I always love about these, if you're not used to Japanese Kit Kats, if you're new, is that they tend to leave an area on the back to write messages, because these are quite traditional to give out as good luck gifts to people taking exams. Next up, we've got some caramel corn. So, these are meant to be Ramune flavoured. They certainly smell like Ramune. They got a very light, kind of fizzy tint to it. So they're quite interesting. They're not overpowering in flavour, so they're quite a nice, slightly more plain with a hint of flavour snack, so they're pretty cool. Really nice and refreshing for a summer's day, which their box is intended to get with a theme. Next up, we've got our grape Ramune candy, if I can get the packaging open. So, they certainly smell like grape. I think we might have, there's two different colours in here. White and kind of orange. I'm not sure if that means they're the same or different, because it says something about, there's a 90% on there, so I'm not entirely sure what that means. If you can read that, let me know. Hopefully it's not 90% sugar. They taste about the same for me, so they're pretty cool. I never tend to eat these too quickly because they're powder candy. They tend to take a lot of moisture out your mouth. Nonetheless, the flavouring is quite nice. Grape is one of my favourite things in Japan, other than melon flavouring. So we've also got these Ramune candies. They smell pretty similar. I don't know if they look all the same. They taste a little bit lighter than the other ones. Nonetheless, I think that's just our luck of the draw. I think we've just got grape flavoured ones. I think other people might have just got the strawberry or the green grape, so they might actually be slightly different. But I think I've got a similar, very similar to what we've got in our other packaging here, unfortunately. So probably not too much difference there for me. Next up, we'll try out some of our savoury snacks. So we've got our Wasabi Crisps. We're hoping these aren't very strong in wasabi, just a light hint. There's a hint, but it's enough. You definitely know there's wasabi's there, but it's not enough to overpower and sting your mouth as much as it is when you're eating wasabi with sushi, which is pretty funky. But I think that's enough for me for the moment anyway. Next up, I want to try out our other savoury snack. I don't know if these have a particular flavour to them, or if they're just plain. It just said Texas corn salty. To me, they just taste like plain salted corn puffs. Nothing massively special, but a great staple and savoury snack there. There is a hint of sweetness, but I'm not sure if that's from the other bits I've just eaten. But yeah, I wouldn't turn that down or turn it away. It's a pretty nice savoury snack if you're hungry. So there's nothing wrong with that. Next up, we have our lemon umaibo. I'm not entirely sure what this is going to be like, because I can't quite imagine one of these being lemon. But we have had these in all sorts of flavours, from sweet flavoured to savoury flavoured. You never really know what you're going to get with an umaibo if you don't know what the flavour is. It's definitely lemon flavoured. There was quite a strong hit of lemon when I first bit into that. It's quite an unusual thing to get that hint of kind of sweet candied lemon flavour from something that's actually a savoury puffed snack, which makes that a little bit odd. Nonetheless, if you get this box, you probably want to try it. It's something different. Next up we have our crab biscuits. It's quite nice we get these in a pack of 4. So, I don't think there's anything massively special about these. Crab biscuit 4-pack, so it's a slightly sweet flavour, great for a little summer's day treat. Yeah, so they're, to me, just plain biscuits, which are pretty cool. I suppose in America, I don't know what you call these. I think when I had a biscuit in America, it was more like a Scot in English. But they're pretty cool. They're quite a nice savoury snack. I think if you're hungry and you're not after anything too heavy, they're pretty cool. Next up, we're probably getting to my more favourite items of the box because I have a sweet tooth. I leave the DIY for the end. We'll check out the chewing gum. That is rather large, so I won't have that on camera. But it definitely smells like candied grape, and I absolutely love the flavour of these. It does look like you can break it into 3 pieces, but being gum, I won't be able to quickly eat and dispose of that on camera, so I'll leave that to you guys. But the great flavour things like these are absolutely amazing. So if you get this box, definitely try that out when you get a chance, probably when you're not eating the rest of the stuff. Next up we have our ice cream cone soft serve strawberry snack, and these are pretty much filled with air just to stop this from crushing, which is pretty cool. But I love that these are made to look like ice creams, but they're actually marshmallow, because I love marshmallows. That's absolutely amazing. On the inside of that is actually a gooey centre, which makes that even more flavourful than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't expecting that. I absolutely love gummies and things like that with those liquidy centres. So that'll probably be something I'll finish off very quickly after the video. Next up, we've got our Mandarin gummies. Was it Mandarin? Yep. They look pretty cool. Kind of looks like something that's going to be moreish. They're quite nice and soft gummies. They're not hard gummies. They taste really nice. I have a feeling I'm going to go through that pot very quickly and wish that there was more in here. So I think they're one of my favourite items. But I want to compare them to these gummies. So these come in a little tray, and I'm assuming each one of these is a different flavour. So we got grape, orange, strawberry, pineapple, and I think that's apple. Certainly, I believe they are all flavoured differently. I think it's only a slight hint of different flavouring though. Each one has a very similar taste. I think the hint of flavouring is only slightly different in those. But then the final item in this box is our DIY candy. I absolutely love DIYs like this. So what do we have? So we've got 3 different flavoured chewy, sweety packages of goodness. We got our mould here, so we snap that apart, and these tend to be used to making 3D moulds, so you push them together. And then we've got a little vegetable shop here. So this looks like something we can fold into a stand to put whatever we make on it, which is pretty cool. I'm not entirely sure how that's meant to stand up. That's pretty funky. So I think, yeah, there is some instructions on the back on how to do that, but I'll probably leave that for today. If you've got kids, that'll probably be a pretty fun thing to build, which you can then display your little gummies that you make on them. So if I move to the instructions, so you put a little bit of each colour of these into each one. A little bit more than you need, because obviously you want to fill the top mould when you push it down, and then it'll squish and flatten them out, and then you kind of just pour the little bit of excess off. Now looking at this, this just tells you to tear bits of candy off and place it in the mould, and then push the moulds together to get different things. Looks like the corn there's, I'm not sure there's corn on this one, but the little picture there, you can pretty make different ones with different moulds. So we've got a carrot, a pineapple, some flowers, and an apple. So I'm not entirely sure what the flowers meant to taste like, but I assume you could try really hard and put the green in the stem there and different colours in the top. And looking at the outside of this, I think it encourages you to, here you can see like yellow plus red equals orange, which I'm assuming might be either the orange for the carrot, or I'm not sure whether that's going to be like orange flavoured or if that's going to taste like a different kind of fruit. So what we'll do is take all three of these out, and it said orange is made from yellow and pink. So I'll take a bit of each of these and mould these together, if I can, and then I'll keep the others separate, because I want to see what they're like. I wouldn't say this is going orange in colour. It's slowly going orange. That's pretty cool. So I hope you can see that as it's changing. It's gone to a kind of orangey colour from these two there, which is pretty cool. So I want to use that for the carrot, which I'm going to put there. Remember, we want a bit of extra. I will use the yellow for the pineapple. And it's pretty a good idea to work these a bit before you put them in, just to make them a little bit softer. And we want to push them down into the mould. We'll use the green for the apple, and then I'll use the red for the flower mould. And then I'll have a little bit of these left over, which will be interesting. So that goes in that mould. And then what we want to do is match up the moulds, and there's little pins on each side, and push down as hard as we can to get the excess to push out, and hopefully they've gone into the moulds at the top as well as the bottom, like so. So that's pretty cool when that comes out, and you can pull the excess off. So we've got our bouquet of flowers, our little carrot here, our pineapple there, get that little bit of extra off, and then our apple here as well, which is pretty cool. So they're pretty fun to make, and they're quite easy. They don't require any extra water or microwaving like some DIYs do. They're pretty simple DIY candies. So this one, the green is hopefully apple. The green is definitely apple. The yellow, I'm not too sure of. It might be lemon. I think it's lemon in the yellow. Then the pink we have I'm not sure if that's red apple or strawberry. And the orange, which is the combination, again, I'm not entirely sure that does have a hint of orange to it. Also, it reminds me a little bit of grape candy, which is a bit different. But hey ho, if you get this and you have those DIYs, try them out. Do comment down below what you think those flavours are. The green I definitely believe is apple. The others I'm not definitive on what they are. I think they're lemon and possibly another apple or strawberry. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the orange does make a kind of orangey flavour, but there is a hint of grape in there as well, which throws me off a little bit. But nonetheless, that was it for the August box. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please do comment down below what your favourite items were. I think this was a pretty nice box, quite a few savoury items and sweet items, a nice mix there. And the savoury items are pretty good items there. They're not things that sort of shock you and you maybe take one taste of and want to throw away. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do want to see the September box, please do go and find that on the rest of my channel. If you watch to the end of the video, it should come up in one of the little boxes saying my most recent video. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.